Hey folks, how you doing? And today I've got a wonderful pop-up with my friend Harriett Ford. She's on her way in. She's about to link in with us. And until she links in, I want you to take a moment and tag a friend. Let them know that it's time for them to come on in for 15 minutes of success. We're just going to be with you for 15 minutes. So, as I always say, go ahead and get your notepad and pen. Why? Because note takers are money makers. And one of the themes today is tenacity. Tenacity is crucial in success. So go ahead and write it down. And don't forget, go ahead and start to share if you really care. Go ahead and start to share if you really care. And while we're standing by for our friend Harriett Ford that's coming in, she's going to give us some great tips on what she feels success is all about. I'm going to also share some things from our sponsors. So I want to thank you to all of our sponsors all around the world, especially to our wonderful sponsor at Rugger Wellness. So here's to you, Rugger Wellness, and your partnership with Izumio, always adding more flavor to life. We'll be right back. It's your time to get on board with Rugger Wellness. Rugger Wellness advocates the power of people just to empower them to be the best that they are while attracting more streams of income into their life with their partnership with Happy Plus. So come on, jump on board with Rugger Wellness. All right, I love it. Thank you for our sponsor with Rugger Wellness. Thank you so much. And here's to another one of our sponsors all the way from Chicago. Chicago, helping you live your best life by giving you real help for your real situations. Here goes. All right.
Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Vibrant Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Vibrant Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, help you live a more vibrant life.
Hey, fantastic. And we are back with my friend to help you win, Miss Harriett Ford. And we're here to discuss 15 minutes of success with Harriett Ford. So, Harriett, I know that you are a very well-known and well-to-do author. You help people get rated on the top list of profound authors. So I just want to welcome you today. Can you share more of who you are with our guests as we share our 15 minutes of success? Go ahead.
Well, Thank you so much, Lotus. It's such a pleasure to be here. And a little bit more about who I am. I am a retired journalist. I wrote a newspaper column for over 20 years. Some of your viewers may remember the famous Ann Landers, who was an advice columnist for the Chicago Tribune. And when she left the Tribune in 1980, I believe 87, her paper sponsored a nationwide competition for a writer to fulfill her spot. And I was in the top 11 out of 11,000 people who applied for that position. I didn't get it, but I did go down and visit a weekly newspaper in Rockford, Illinois, and ended up writing an advice column there for about 20 years. And just had a ball doing that. I love to give advice, and I love to write. That's been my passion since I was 7 years old.
All right. Fantastic. Well, you know, when you and I met, we had a great talk, and you talked about being an author, how you came along. You talked about a little bit about some of the struggles, and doing what you do is no easy task. So, can you tell people, one, how they can be successful before
number
they
one,
even write their first book? Because I know it starts from within.
Everyone has a story to tell. Yes. How many people have heard these words? You ought to write a book. You ought to write about that. We all have a story to tell. So there's a lot of people that hate writing because they had to write themes when they were in English classes. But there's many, many more people who love it, who love to read, and they have the potential to become successful authors. So there's three things I'd like to describe for those people. Number one, you need to write something every day, even if you just keep a little journal or you just write down a significant event that really touched your life that day, or even the most insignificant thing that caused you to think of inspiring words. Sometimes you just want to write down a beautiful metaphor that you read in a book and keep that. But just set aside 2 or 3 minutes, or I do it at least an hour a day, to put your thoughts on paper. And, we all have thoughts. We all have opinions. We all have questions. Yes. And if you look on the popularity of social media, everybody has an opinion. So I recommend that if you have deeply held personal opinions, put them on paper and not on Facebook. You know, Lotus, that if I were to post a message saying, I just don't believe vitamin C helps me at all, I'd get 40 responses back saying, oh, I take vitamin C every day and it's really improved my health. See, we all have different experiences and we all have different opinions. So number one, keep your deeply held opinions on paper. There's a place for expressing them. And usually, if it's especially in the realm of politics, you can get a lot of criticism from people with other opinions. So that doesn't mean yours is invalid or theirs is invalid, but it's just better to avoid confrontation. And there is a place for that. Eventually in our lives, we don't back down on central and critical issues, but it's better to write something that's inspiring, uplifting. I have a friend the other day who's enjoyed wearing her pajamas during the COVID quarantine. And she came in, she said, I just love wearing my pajamas. She said, I've given up wearing a bra, but I decided I'd put one on today. It's just so uplifting. So she loves wordplay, one of those lift up bras. But anyway, that's number one, write something every day. And number two, some people say, well, what do I write about? Well, there's so many wonderful things to inspire you. I always find inspiration in my Bible. I find inspiration reading God's Word. And here's what I do. I come across a passage and I'll say, well, Lord, what does this mean? And I'll write that question down. What does this mean? And then eventually I'll find a scripture that answers that question. And that becomes a devotion I'll write because I'm a member of Faith Writers International and I do write devotions. So just writing down your questions. And then you may not get the answer right away, but the Lord promises us that if we seek and ask and knock, we're going to get the answers that we're looking for. And I always do. Some questions I have yet to have answers for, but many I have. So I write those down, number 2. And then I would say number 3, writing is therapeutic. I don't know if you've discovered that, Lotus, but writing is therapeutic. Especially if you've had some challenges in your day and you're tired or you're just frustrated, you can put those feelings down on paper. And then you can go back and an hour or so later, you might laugh at what you wrote. Or you might find that that's an inspiration for writing, expanding it into, here's what I felt today and here's how I solved this problem. And you wouldn't believe how just keeping a simple little journal like that can be so therapeutic and so mentally healthy. So you find time to write every day. You find inspiration, and you find that it's therapeutic. And where do I get my inspiration? Well, I'll tell you this. I can look at the stars at night and the starry heavens and be inspired just because I read a verse that said, God knows the name of every star. And that, to me, that's just astonishing because there's billions of stars up there. He knows the name of every bird in the forest. That's astonishing to me. I have a bird feeder outside my kitchen window, and I love to watch the birds come. And then the trees. I look at the trees. And, you can take your notebook to a park someday and just sit down and look at the trees and look at a young sapling, and it's bendable in the wind and it sways. Or you can look at a mighty oak tree and you can think about all the seasons that oak tree has weathered, all the lightning, the wind, the storms, the hail, and it's still growing strong and mighty. And you can think about that, and that will inspire thoughts to write about because we all go through seasons in our own lives and we all go through storms and we all go through winters and times of barrenness and then spring. And Lotus, don't you feel like spring is just a symbol of God's resurrection?
Yes.
Because you're looking at dead, dry plants, leaves, trees, leafless, and all of a sudden it begins to bloom again. Yes. And it's like what was dead is alive again. And I always think of springtime as just God showing the world, hey, there's a resurrection coming after the dead of winter. So there's so many things to be inspired about. And I'm sure that we've got an inspiring event coming up too.
Yes, we
in
do.
Branson.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And and let me say this. I'm going to put this on so I can hear you even closer. And so here's what I want to do. I want to ask our viewers, first of all, I want to thank you for spending your time space with us because it's really important. And I know some of you are just coming on, and today we're talking about 15 minutes of success with my friend Harriett Ford. She is a very well-known author. She has multiple books, and many are top sellers. She's worked with people all around the world to become top-selling authors. And she's here today sharing her inspiration with us and sharing her wisdom and knowledge with us. And of course, she encouraged us to write something each day. Mm-hmm. Keep your personal opinions on paper and not on Facebook and social media, and write something that is inspiring and uplifting. And then write down the questions you have, and God will provide the answer. And you also shared that writing is therapeutic, and you are 100% right. And I wanted to go right to some of our viewers and say hi because a few folks had a couple of comments and I want to bring them up. And so I want to say hi to Angela Elting from Washington, D.C. We always love to have you here. And my best friend, Denise Simpson Hurst, she's coming in from Chi-Town, Chicago. And thank you for your service in the armed forces, Denise. Always happy to have you. We have Scarlett here with us from France. Happy to have you here. And from the Philippines, we have Ezekiel. Great to see you. And we have Gerard. Thank you so much for being here from the Philippines. We have Quinasia Lighty from Newark, New Jersey. And we have the remarkable, soulful poet herself, Yamija Jubilee, joining us. We are so happy she's here with us from Richmond, Texas. She says, hello, beautiful, bodacious, brilliant, badass lady from Richmond, Virginia. Great to see you. And we have the remarkable CEO of Labus TV, all the way from Nigeria, Africa, Miss Shirley Murphy, joining us. So happy to have you here. And I wanted to take this comment from the soulful poet herself. She said, I have journals that are over 40 years old. I write every day. At 16, I journal and wrote my first poem. And you know, her first poem was amazing too. I had the pleasure of reading it. And thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Soulful Poet, Yamija Jubilee. She's amazing. Thank you for being with us. And let me go back to Yamija before we move forward. Yamija Jubilee is a person. She walks among the trees. She walks in the forest, and it looks like she may have put a comment down there. And so she really knows when you're talking about just being in nature, where do you get your inspiration? She knows. So thanks so much, Yamija. We're going to look at your next comment. And Kwame White, hello from Montgomery, Alabama. That's my cousin. Hey, great to see you. And so Yamija said, forest is one Mother Nature's greatest teachers. So the forest is one of Mother Nature's greatest teachers, and she walks among the trees and she hugs the trees, and she gets some of her inspiration from there as well. And Shirley Murphy said, thanks, great topic. Thank you so much. And she said, sure, writing every day is my thing as a journalist. That's right, because Shirley Murphy is a journalist there, and she also has a magazine in Nigeria, Africa. And Aneve McFarland, hi, how are you? Coming in from Connecticut. Great to see you. And Sarah Beth says, hi, Dr. Lotus, Riche, and Miss Harriett Ford from Manila, Philippines, sending love to both of you. Mwah! And sending love right back to you. And so I got to tell you, we've been on for almost 15 minutes, and we're almost at the top of the show, but we can't go without sharing the fact of some secret sauce that none other than yours truly, Miss Harriett Ford, will be speaking in Branson, Missouri at the Braveheart workshops, events, and retreats. And so we're going to go right to the Braveheart page, and we're going to hear a word from none other than Braveheart. Here we go. So someone was so kind to tell us that they couldn't hear. So we're going to rewind it for you because we want you to hear what's happening in Branson, Missouri. So give us a quick minute and we're going to go back to the Braveheart connection so we can share it with you. So give us a quick minute. All right. We're going to rewind this for you. And so if you would, go ahead, Harriet, tell them what's going down in Branson.
Oh my goodness. There's an amazing lineup of speakers that have wonderful stories to tell. And one of them that I'm really looking forward to is the senatorial candidate, Mark McCluskey.
Yeah.
And he made national headlines last summer because he and his wife held guns in their arms while they were being confronted by a violent or a protesting group that could had the potential to become violent.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a story to tell about how they survived that event. And there's a lot more to it than what the news commentators broadcast. And there are people coming on that event. It's Hope, Health, and Healing, August the 20th to the 22nd at the King's Theater in Branson, Missouri. And you're going to hear inspirational speakers, amazing testimonies that will spark your faith, regenerate your whole body, soul, and spirit. I don't want to miss it. And I know you don't either.
No, and you know what? I'm not going to miss this 3-day conference in Branson, Missouri. And I got to tell you, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be there. I'm one of the MCs. And guess
Yeah.
what? Yours truly, Harriett Ford, is also one of the speakers. So we're going to have a word now from the Branson, Missouri conference. Here we go.
Still not getting any sound, Lotus.
Ah, all right. Give me one quick second, and we're going to remove it right quickly and try it one more time. It's okay. We'll get it here for you in a second.
That's one thing I really love when you when you try again. You always get another
Yeah.
opportunity.
Gotta have the tenacity. You can't stop and give up just because you don't have connection or what have you. So here, I'll start it again for you. Are you ready? If you're ready, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Here goes.
The Hope, Health, Healing live conference for men and women at the King's Castle Theater in Branson, Missouri, August 20th to the 22nd, 2021. Has the pandemic left you feeling isolated while in quarantine? A sense of despair and hopelessness? Yearning for connection and growth, faced with emotional struggles? A reduced mental wellness and joy, where life has seemed hopeless, where health has been hindered, where depression has affected mental health? The Hope, Health, and Healing Conference provides and enhances a safe and welcoming environment. Growth and grace with God, praise and worship. As you listen to speakers' stories, sharing about adversity, pain, and suffering, and never giving up on their dreams. And as you connect the dots of their stories with your own story, look for the similarities in each story instead of the differences. See how their stories weave and bring transformation in your life. Gather in community, receive communion, invite Jesus into your life. Allow your soul to soar. Realize you are never alone. Meet the speakers. Relax and have fun in the sun. Enjoy entertainment and shows. Connect with nature, God, self, and others. God's faithfulness teaches us not to strive, but to thrive in hope, health, healing. In 2021, join us in Branson, Missouri on August 20th to the 22nd, 2021. At the live conference for men and women at the King's Castle Theater. Register now. Tickets for this 3-day event are only $84. Be inspired by these amazing speakers. Thank you to all the sponsors. Go now to braveheartworkshops.com.
Awesome. And big thumbs up to all the speakers that's going to be speaking in Branson, Missouri. Many people will be traveling from all over the country coming to this amazing event. And they're going to hear me being the MC, but they're going to hear you giving them great information on how to be successful and use what God has given them. And so I want to thank each and every one of you guys that are here. I see fabulous Camille Robb is here with us, and folks still streaming in. Thank you so much. Yes, it's going to be a great conference. And of course, we've got the visibility strategist herself. Dr. Patricia Rogers is here with us. And Miss Maria, also Miss Artie Gibbons Curry is here with us as well. So we want to thank everyone from around the world for joining us, from Africa, the Philippines, France, everyone that has come in from Texas and all over the world. We appreciate you. And so with no further ado, I'm going to leave this hot mic with you for your final comments, Harriett.
Oh, wow, Lotus. I'm so excited and so looking forward to meeting you at this conference, and so delighted. God put something in each one of us that is a gift for other people. And when you meet those people, they just draw that gift out of you, something special. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing 3 days. God bless you, Lotus.
Thank you so much. And folks, write in your own chat, in your very own chat. The link is there for you to go right there and connect with us in Branson. So until we see you again, make sure you connect and be connected to the one that loves you most. And so that's all I got to say and got to go. And here's the last message from our sponsor at Rugged Wellness. We'll see you soon. Take care. God bless. Health is wealth. Being healthy and wealthy is when you're able to live the life that you desire while sharing the positive energy to the world. At Rugged Wellness, we associate and empower our people to have more streams of income. And so we partnered with Naturally Plus to help you help yourself. The opportunity and the time of the opportunity. Join us here at Rugged Wellness. And thanks for joining us on the broadcast. All right. I want to thank Rugged Wellness for that. And I want to also remind you folks, make sure you check us out on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And until we meet again, we love you and see you soon. Take care. Thank you for watching the show, and be sure to follow us on Instagram. Like and share, and let us know that you care. Also, let us know what other type of shows you'd like us to present just for you. Thank you.